Good day, another one done. So interesting little job here. The dual cylinder. This is the second dual cylinder I've done. Very impressed with these. Can see why all the other engineers are ranting and raving and saying they're great. Thanks to B for supplying that. Expansion vessel there, valve there, little drain point. We're going to run a little pipe out from the back here. The customer's going to do it himself. So we've got a rapid drain out there. Was going to connect it into the D2 originally, but D2's ended up a bit high by the time we've gone around and found our way out the eaves. So much the same as most of my other jobs these days. Viessmann 200. One of my customers the other day had set his screen to this default screen, and I really like this, so it's going to be the new one. Gives you all the technical data there. When it goes on to screensaver, just leaves the pressure gauge showing and all the other stuff disappears. The lights dim down a little bit, so it's quite a nice feature. Additional expansion vessel, low loss header. Now this one I needed really low, so total load on the house of 6 kilowatts, so each of these circuits is carrying 3 kilowatts, so there's next to no flow in the system at all. So these valves here have a KVS value of 0.63. They're half-inch valves. I've got some half-inch to 22 mils connecting those in. So according to the ESB app, we should have reasonable authority on those circuits. I've got pumps set down. Actually, I'm not set down low. I need to have a tweak of those pumps. Now this is a temporary connection at the moment, so the house is being renovated, so the system to that point, to the bottom of those where the plastic goes on, is pretty much how it's going to be. And then the plastic will be replaced later on when all of this lot goes somewhere else and that lot goes somewhere else. Customers yet going to tidy up some cabling and do the insulation work here. Save me from doing it. That pump won't be wired in until the other part of the house is done, so it's not connected at the moment. Yeah, so actually interesting job. The one I went to see yesterday, and this one as well. Again, the mathematics works out here. If you're putting this system in, it looks like it's going to be really expensive, but you don't have to buy room stats and the mixing sets on underfloor heating manifolds. It works out a little bit cheaper as long as you've got 2 manifolds, and it's a little bit dearer if you've only got 1 manifold, but very similar kind of price, but considerably, and that's including the cost of a boiler compared to you know, your standard boilers, not your really cheap rubbish ones, but a standard decent boiler. Worcester, Vaillant, Vogue. The actual comparison from the guys I was talking to yesterday was a Vogue. They'd replaced the Vogue with a 200, installed 1 mixed and 1 unmixed circuit, 2 manifolds, and they'd worked out it was just very slightly cheaper for them to do than it was to install it the old traditional way with high temperature and low efficiencies. So yeah, anyway, really enjoyed it. Customers very happy. House is lovely and comfortable. So another one done. Hope this helps.